Hey guys, Captain Foley here with you for another Captain's Log. Today I've got a few things to talk about, and yeah, I also want to familiarize you guys with this. This is the USS Enterprise Constitution Class Refit Flight Control Familiarization Manual. We're going to be taking a look at this. If you haven't seen this little piece of Star Trek history, you need to check it out. There's some cool stuff in here. This one I got directly from Rick Sternbach. He brought it to me to Wonderfest last year. And didn't sign it or anything because he didn't have part in creating it, but he had some, and he brought it for me, which is super nice of him. So we're going to take a look at that in just a second. Firstly, though, I wanted to show you guys this. This is from Brett Barrow, who does fantastic work for us. It's got that on there. This is actually the Wonderfest trophy this year for Wonderfest. Same one as last year. This one's actually personalized for me, not as a trophy, just it says Trekyards, Captain Stuart T.G. Foley, Trekyards Command on there. And Brett did something cool. He actually made the base light up, which we're going to close the curtains here so we can get a look at that. Turn off the lights. So it lights up now. Nice, really cool. He's got the little switch back here. So that's what it says there. So this is just a personalized one for my office. The actual Wonderfest trophy is exactly the same, but it says Wonderfest 2019. Best Star Trek model on the base, and it actually has a white light instead of a blue light. So I just wanted to show you guys that. Brett does some fantastic work, and thank you very much, Brett. I don't know where I'm going to put this yet, but for now I'll just put it right there. So I do have the Wonderfest one here as well with the white light. No sense showing you that because it's exactly the same, but I did want to share that with you guys. Also got these in from Sticker Mule. Now you have seen the coasters and stickers that I got from Sticker Mule. Also got these. These are little clings. So they're not stickers. They come off. They're just a little vinyl cling, as you can see. So they'll stick to glass, paint, and they just come right off. So you can move them if you need to or whatever. So little Trekyards clings there. These will be given away as part of our next Indiegogo campaign, or just as perks, or if you see me at a convention, I'll probably have some of these. So there you go. Just wanted to show you those as well. Alright guys, that's it for the indulgence, just talking about whatever Captain's part of the Captain's Log. Now it's time to talk about this Flight Control Familiarization Manual. If you haven't seen it, it's really cool. It's got some cool stuff in it, so we're going to take a look at that right now. Alright guys, let's take a look at this little piece of Star Trek history that you might not be familiar with. So here it is, the Familiarization Manual. Open it up. Enterprise Flight Manual. You got the old Constitution class design there. This material is not for publication or reproduction. No one is authorized to dispose of same. Copyright 1978. It's right after the motion picture came out. So there's everybody involved. Rick Sternbach did do additional control graphics. Maybe I should have had him sign it. But that's okay. I can take it back and get him to sign it this either the end of April when I'm at Starfest or beginning of June when I'm at Wonderfest. Going to a lot of fests this year. So table of contents, we've got the bridge layout, which has all the bridge stations, the engine room, briefing room, transporter room, Kirk's quarters, medical lab, examination room, and sick bay. First page here is the bridge. You got the two rear elevators. You got the science officer station, so it's spot directly behind. Now keep in mind, this is for the Star Trek the Motion Picture bridge specifically. So over here we got communications, environmental engineering station, weapons and defense station, main viewer. This is interesting. This is a bridge transporter. This is something they wanted to do for the motion pictures, have a single person transporter on the bridge. They also wanted to incorporate that into the next generation as well, which never happened. So that's actually very interesting. Damage and repair station, internal security station, tractor beam fold down console, and engineering station. Now, the choice to swap the communication station and the engineering station around, because in TOS, of course, communications was back here and engineering was over here, seems like an odd choice, but perhaps there was a reason. Here we've got the different stations as well. So we're starting at the one turbo lift and going over. We've got communications, environmental engineering, weapons and defense station, main viewer, and then bridge transporter, damage and repair station, internal security station. There's your tractor beam fold down console, engineering station, and then science officer station between the turbo lifts. So these are really cool. They got a nice diagram of the station, and it tells you what everything is over on this side. As you can see, all the numbered parts do have corresponding notes to tell you what they are. So master power switch, data cartridge slot, external communication viewer for external communication audio. Let's see, where's 5? 5 here in the middle is internal communications unit. 6 is a transfer unit for switching to communication over to another bridge or ship station. It's right there. 7, language translation unit. 8, holographic transmission unit. Projects an image in the center of the bridge or in the briefing room, etc. when transmission is incoming. So there you go. They do have holographic communications in the motion picture era as well. 9, memory log. 10, manual antenna control. So you can adjust the controls there. Automatic beacon system. 12, 13, and 14 power levels. 12, 13, and 14. 15, hood viewer indicator light panels. Alien voice graph viewer. So I'll have to go through this a little bit more detailed at some point, but this shows the actors what things do and how to operate them, which is very cool. Very helpful for the actors, and so it's not just randomly pushing buttons. And there's a close-up of the displays. That's for environmental control. This is X'd out for some reason. But here we got Photon torpedo controls, how to actually activate the Photon torpedoes, practical buttons for the actors, how to load and fire torpedoes. which is actually fantastic. Weapons and defensive station. Here's the little personal transporter. Internal transporter bridge, stand-up console. This console transmits and receives small items within the ship. For example, a crew member might request the engine room to send him a pair of pliers. Wow. So just a small tiny transporter. I didn't even know that was there. That's cool. Damage and repair station. This is where Spock's like, they knew exactly where to hit us. Who knew where to hit us and why? Even though that was Star Trek 2, it's still the same layout for that. So here's the security station, internal security. Again, more notes on the practical use of the buttons and switches and things for the actor. All touch switches are practical, it says. So engineering. Tractor beam unit. Stand up to the left of the science console for Commander Scott or subordinate. Physical controls to operate the tractor beam. And then there's the science officer station. And again, practical buttons for the actor. Which is really cool. More notes on the science console. It tells you how each thing works, what it should be doing. So it's very helpful in that regard. This is for phase 2 here because this says additional consoles for Zahn or subordinate. This is when they were still going to have the Vulcan science officers on instead of Spock. Back for the motion picture, so. Here's helm and navigation. And an engine room console. Engine room console number 2. I could go through each one of these at some point and read you each description of each thing, but I didn't want to do that in this episode. If you guys are interested in that, me going through these old manuals and kind of giving you a walkthrough of what each thing does, by all means let me know in the comments section. I will take it under advisement and try to do so. Briefing room, science officers console. Main transporter room console. Kirk's quarters console. Porn controls over here. Oh, sorry, that's just main viewer. Medical laboratory console. There's some great devices there. Let's see, 5 and 6. 5 is a chemical analysis instrument, and 6 is an electron microscope. Medical exam room console. Medical transporter controls. So medical transporter as well, which is cool. Bed monitor. And that's it. There's a quick look at the USS Enterprise NCC 1701 Constitution Class Refit Flight Control Familiarization Manual from Star Trek The Motion Picture. So there you go, guys. A look at a little piece of Star Trek history. If you can find one of these, by all means pick it up. It's really interesting because it goes through each control. on each panel, each station, what they're used for and how they work, which is absolutely great. This is what actors need. I know a lot of times in fan films, and I've given Samuel crap for this as well in his fan film, the actors don't know Star Trek. So when they're at a station, they're doing this. Yeah, I'm doing things, and I'm rerouting power, and and just, that's what these are designed for, so that the actors look like they know what they're doing. So I think that's fantastic, and we need more stuff like this. But I'm serious, guys. If you guys want me to go through this in more detail and actually kind of tell you what everything does specifically, I would be more than happy to do that. It might be a series of videos in that case, but it's something that I think would be really fun to do. So let me know in the comments whether you guys are interested in that kind of thing. I've got a bunch of old blueprints, old tech manuals, just old books in general down here, all relating to Star Trek. And if that's something you'd like to see more of and kind of get a feel or a taste of that lost Star Trek history that you might not know about, by all means, let me know in the comments section. I would love to talk to you guys about that as well. So, and I will make videos like that for the future, absolutely 100%. So anyway, guys, I think that's it for this Captain's Log. I didn't read any questions or comments from the last one, and I apologize. So if you have any questions or comments, put them in this one, and I will see about getting to them in the next Captain's Log. But thank you very much for joining me, as always, and don't forget to check out our Patreon, and of course, check out our Teespring store. There's lots of cool merchandise over there as well. All the links to those relative things are in the description down below. And also don't forget to check out the Eagle Moss review later today. Every Friday at noon, I do an Eagle Moss review. I've done 44 in a row so far, and I'm going to keep going. There's a lot of ships to cover, and Eagle Moss does some fantastic work. So, I mean, most of the time. Sometimes it's kind of... But I don't pull any punches. If it's bad, I'll tell you. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next week. So until then, guys, I'm Captain Foley. Live long and prosper. Bye, guys.